Hi, I'm Ross Enamait from RossTraining.com. What I want to do in this brief video is discuss an outdoor sledgehammer station that I recently created outside in the woods behind the gym. What I've basically done is take a vertically positioned tire and buried it a little bit more than halfway into the ground. Now, after setting up that sledgehammer station, I snapped a few pictures and posted them to a few social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. After doing so, I had a lot of questions come into me about the particular setup. First, from those wondering why bother burying a tire into the ground, why not just lay a tire on its side? Others who were interested in burying a tire but wanted to know the best way to do so. Do you need to fill that tire back with cement? Can you just use dirt? Is it going to cause that tire to wiggle too much every time you strike it with a heavy sledgehammer? What's the best way to have a stable and secure tire that's not going to move on you once you have buried it? So what I'll do is address those questions quickly within this video. Before I do so though, let me show you the pictures that I did post so you have an idea as to what I'm talking about before we continue the discussion. So as you can see, I started with a shovel, dug a hole, secured the tire, and I'm ready to go. Now why bother digging the hole, securing the tire? Why not just take a tire and lay it on its side? Now, if you've followed me for any amount of time, you have probably at some point seen me working with a sledgehammer within this gym. When I take out the sledgehammer in this gym, I'm typically going to use a large tractor tire. I'll lay the tire on its side and swing the sledgehammer against the tire. For example. So obviously the tractor tire works pretty well inside. The difference though between a tractor tire and a smaller tire that you might put outside is that the tractor tire is obviously much larger and heavier. So when I strike it with a sledgehammer, it doesn't go anywhere. If I have a small tire lying on its side, the difference is that each time I strike that tire, it's going to move on me. So with each swing, I'm essentially following the tire. Now with the sledgehammer station that I set up outdoors, I intentionally placed it right at the top of a hill because I like to often integrate various exercises in with hill sprints. For example, we may sprint a hill, perform a set of pull-ups, perform a set of sledgehammer swings, then jog back down the hill. So I want to finish that set of sledgehammer swings, drop the hammer, and get right back to the hill. I don't want to be 20 feet away because I'm chasing a tire each time I swing the sledgehammer. So by burying the tire, I have a target that's not going to move, which is a key benefit for me. Another benefit to vertically placing that tire into the ground is that you're going to increase the striking surface. If you have a small tire laid on its side, there's not a whole lot of exposed rubber that you have to strike your tire. Now you're running hill sprints and swinging the sledgehammer, fatigue starts to mount. You don't need to be worried about whether or not you hit your target. You're going to make that target as large as possible. In addition to that, when that tire is vertically placed and buried, you're going to get a greater rebound. If you strike that tire right in the middle, it's going to pop that hammer right back over your head so you can continue at a brisk pace. Another benefit to the vertically placed tire is that it's a cleaner setup. If a small tire laying on its side, each time that it rains, moisture is going to collect inside that tire. Now some folks may drill holes into the bottom of the tire so the moisture drains, but you're still going to have some dampness, which is going to naturally attract insects such as mosquitoes, which is something that we don't want to do. When you vertically bury that tire, the precipitation is going to go where it's supposed to go. It's going to run off the tire into the ground. So it's a cleaner setup, you've got a larger striking surface, you've got a greater rebound, and you have an object that's not going to move on you. So all key benefits, in my opinion, to burying that tire vertically. Now in terms of securing the tire into the ground, it's a pretty straightforward process. Just be sure that you dig your hole deep enough so at least half of that tire is in the ground. If you don't go deep enough, naturally the tire is going to start to move on you. It's not going to be as secure. Don't dig the hole too deep though, and you still want to have some rebound action from that tire. So go about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway, and you should be all set. Now in terms of filling the hole, I had people ask me if cement was necessary. I'm sure cement would work well. Personally, I didn't go that route though. What I did instead was start with larger stones and then top it off with gravel. And really just use dirt to form the last half inch or so to give it a clean finish on the outside. The setup's very secure. It's already received plenty of use and is holding up very well. So what I'll do now is give you a quick demonstration. I will show you that sequence that I mentioned previously where we'll integrate hill sprints with pull-ups and then a set on the sledgehammer. So as you can see, it works very well, very easy to set up. Tires can typically be found for free, so it's a very inexpensive setup. Gonna last a long time. So if any questions about this or anything else, as always, feel free to email me at ross@rosstraining.com.